Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good afternoon to my lecturer Dr. Aiman binti Ramli and my fellow friend. Today, we are from Group 10, want to present about material processing technology in metal finishing. I'm Nurul binti Azmi S52104 and my friend is Aiman Eizaz bin Azhar S52185, Fatlindah binti Abdul Fattah S50C86, Afiqah binti Muhammad Saipuddin S52401. So the content of this presentation is what is metal finishing and type of metal finishing. There are 9 types of metal finishing, how to choose a metal finishing process, and the summary. So what is the metal finishing? Metal finishing actually the process of the electrodeposition of an adherent metallic film of uniform thickness on the surface of the substrate for the purpose of modifying its surface property. So purpose of finishing, firstly is modifying its surface property, secondly to protect against tarnishing or corrosion, thirdly to enhance the appearance of the end product. So type of metal finishing, firstly electroplanting. So electroplanting is used to give a metal such as copper or brass a decorative protective finish. So metal is immersed in metallic salt solution called electrolyte, for example SuCO4. So current is passed through between the metal solution and being coated. So this causes the deposits of the coating Cu2 plus to be formed on the product. So Cu2 plus from the anode to the to become the product on the cathode. So electroplanting actually is used for chrome plating types and silver plating jewelry. So secondly is cleaning. Cleaning is an effective method for removing surface imperfection. So there are 2 cleaning methods. Firstly is ultrasonic washing. Secondly is continuous flow washing. So why we use ultrasonic washing? Ultrasonic washing because it uses high frequency sound wave, so it can produce an intensive scrubbing action for the removal of stubborn contaminant. So continuous flow washing is fast and efficient cleaning in a high volume of smaller parts. That's all from me.
I am Fatlindah binti Abdul Fattah, metric number S50686, and for metal finishing, I will explain about polishing, buffing, honing, and lapping. So first, honing is an abrasive machining process performed by a honing tool, which contains bonded abrasive stick against it along a controlled light pressure, usually exercised by small spring. Honing tool make a complex rotational and oscillatory axial motion, which produce crosshatch lap patterns of a very low surface roughness. Next, typical application are the finishing of cylinder for internal combustion engines, air bearings, spindles, and gears. So this is a schematic of honing process showing the honing tools, how the abrasive sticks are pressed against the work surface by spring and resulting a crosshatch surface pattern. Okay, next, in lapping, oil-based fluid suspension of very small free abrasive grains such as aluminum oxide and silicon carbide is applied between the workpiece and lapping tools. The lapping tools is called a lap, which is made of a soft material like copper, lead, or wood. To accomplish the process, the lap is pressed against the work and moved back and forth over the surface. It's sometimes performed by hand, but lapping matches process with greater consistency and efficiency. So this is a schematic of lapping process showing the lap and the cutting action of the suspended abrasive particle. So the reason for lapping is first to increase the wear life, second is to improve the accuracy and surface finish, third is to improve the surface flatness, and fourth provide better seals and eliminate needs for gasket. Okay, next, polishing. Polishing is a finishing operation by rotating polishing wheel that made of fabrics or leather at high speed. Polishing often used to remove contamination of instrument and remove oxidation. Polishing and buffing terms are generally used together. Buffing is a finishing operation similar to polishing, but the abrasive grains are not glued to the wheel, but contained in a buffing compound that is pressed into the outside surface of the buffing wheel while it rotates. As in polishing, the abrasive particle must be periodically replenished. Okay, so this is the schematic of buffing operation, where we have a buffing wheel, and this is the buffing compound and the work pad. So basically, polishing is used to remove scratches and burrs and to smooth rough surfaces, while buffing is used to provide attractive surfaces with high luster. That's all from me.
Next, for my part, I will explain about vibratory finishing. Vibratory finishing is the final step in the plating process, and it includes grinding unwanted burrs, smoothing sharp edges, and providing a polishing finish. The shape, material, and size of the vibratory media vary depending on the parts, material, and shape, and also strength. Choosing the right finishing media optimizes the quality of your finished product while providing cost-effective mass-produced results. Vibratory finishing process. Firstly, the workpieces are filled into a container filled with plastic or ceramic media, and then the container is then set into vibration by an unbalanced motor. The friction between the workpieces and grinding wheel leads to micromaterial removal on the surface, whereby the surface is debugged, rounded or smoothed and polished. For blasting machinery such as sandblasting machine is typically employed in project requires a uniform matte texture. The sandblasting process, also known as bead blasting, forces sand, steel shoot, metal pellets or other abrasives onto a substrate at high speed. This results in a smooth, clean product texture, particularly in soft metal. The shot peening is a blasting method used to impart compressive stress in the surface of metal as a way of improving fatigue resistance, stress corrosion, cracking resistance, and exhaustion. The cold working process imparts compressive stress to surface as a way of countering tensile stress induced during manufacturing. For the shoot peening process, firstly the process impacts the metal surface with small pellets, raw metallic, glass or ceramic particles with a high enough force to deform the surface plastically. A compressive layer is generated when the impact of all the particle shots produce small indentation in the top surface layer. Next, the layer beneath the top surface is then compressed, generating a compressive stress layer underneath the shot peen area. This layer helps to prevent the stress area to crack, as a crack cannot propagate in a compressive environment.
For heat treatment is a type of surface treatment that includes hardening. It uses heating to apply the surface treatment to a workpiece. Only one type of heat treatment is hardening. Hardening is the critical surface treatment for durability without easily breaking. Then enough carbon is dissolved into the steel, and the steel is rapidly chilled in oil or water to migrate a normal temperature, while the dissolved carbon remains supersaturated within the steel. Here are this is one of type of the heat treatment, which is hardening. Next is coating. Metal coating are coating that are applied to metal in order to protect the metal and reduce wear and tear. An unprotected metal will rust and corrode due to environment exposure. By coating the metal, extra layer of protection will provided. Coating substance such as zinc, aluminium, cadmium, and other else. This coating substance act as the anode, and metal act as cathode. When anode and cathode, they have a different type of charge. So when this type of charge, it will attract together. Okay. So here are the type of coating. So we can say a powder coat. This is a spray coating. Basically, this is the metal, and here are the substance inside here, and it being coated. It have a different charge, so the coating will happen. So that is hot blacking. Hot blacking use machine spread a thin layer of black oxide onto a product surface to create a black finish with high abrasion resistance. It is high temperature hot finishing process in which it have a cleaners, caustic and coolant in the machine. Hot blacking is mostly using in a part of tool, firearm and automotive part. Okay. So the hot blacking here, these are the gun, and this one is pieces of steel that want to be hot blacking, which is to protect from the abrasion. Okay. In choosing a metal finishing process, there are three steps to determine, which is production speed, and also cost effectiveness, and the metal hardness. These three aspects need to be determined to choosing a metal finishing process. And here are the reference for this presentation. And for that, thank you. Assalamualaikum.